Dear students, today we are going to discuss about the various stages of the highways construction. Especially we are going to discuss about the construction of the flexible pavement for the state highways or the national highway. In this lecture, we will discuss about the various stages of the road construction, what kinds of the equipments are required, how the material is procured, and how the finished surface is made available to the road users. So after the alignment is finalized and set out for the construction of the new highways, the subsequent stages involve the design of the geometric features, choice of pavement types, soil investigation along the alignment, investigation and testing of construction materials, design of drainage system, and the structural design of the pavement and other structure. So this highway construction consists of earthwork for preparation of the road formation, construction of the road drainage facilities, construction of the cross drainage structure, construction of pavement structure. So all these are executed in the site as per the design and as per the specifications. So for the earthwork, we use the locally available material as far as possible. So before the construction of the any highway, so the different activities are, you need to acquire the land for the construction of the highway. Then we have to obtain the permission from the forest department, what you call as environmental clearance, as well as the environmental impact analysis is carried out, and the no objection certificate is to be obtained from the forest department or the Ministry of Environment. If you are dealing with the some existing alignment or the alignment in the urban area or any kind of the alignment, you may come across the some water supply lines, electric lines, gas pipelines and oil pipelines. So the proper care is to be taken, and these lines or the utility services need to be shifted to the proper place during the construction phases. Then we need the different kinds of the equipments while executing the different stages of the highway construction. You need the stone crusher to get the aggregates of the varying size. Concrete batching plant is required for the construction of the some rigid pavement sections, construction of the culverts, or construction of the some stages of the road. Concrete batching plant is required. Then nowadays for the all the important roads, we are providing the wet mix macadam. So the separate batching plant is required for the wet mix macadam. Then the hot mix plant is required for the construction of the bituminous layers of the dense bituminous macadam, or what you call as the asphaltic concretes or the bituminous concrete. For this the machinery is required. So the different kinds of the machinery required, right from the excavation to the finished surface, we need the excavator, dumpers are required, then grader is required, loader is required, then roller, paver to get the finished surface, then the different types of the compactors, maybe pneumatic rollers or the steel wheel rollers or the vibratory rollers or the compactors are required, and the transit mixer to transport the your concrete mix from the mixing plant, the batching plant to the site. So here you can see the different equipments. So machinery is to be mobilized at the construction site. So the dumper, dozers, graders, excavator, trucks are needed. Then for the important works of all kinds of the highway, depending on the quantum of the work, type of the project, you have to establish the stone crusher of the proper capacity. So the capacity of the crusher is usually expressed in the output per hour. So here the crusher of 200 tons per output stone crusher. So this is the view. You can see the product obtained from the stone crusher. The aggregates of the varying size can be obtained using the stone crusher. Then this is the batching plant, or what you call the ready mix plant for the concrete work. Then this is the plant required to be established at the site to get the material for the wet mix macadam. Here you can easily see, like a hot mix plant or the concrete batching plant, here you will have the different beans, because in wet mix plant we are using the aggregate of the varying size. This is to be mixed in the desired proportion. The water is added and this mix is used for the wet mix macadam. If you look at the typical section of the any highway, you will find the lowermost layer as the embankment. Usually the highway is designed and constructed such that the formation level is above the general ground level and also substantially above the highest water table. Therefore, the vertical alignment of the highway is planned in such a way that generally the pavement is laid over an embankment. However, due to the topographical variations and site conditions, at certain stretches, it may be necessary to construct the highway in cutting that is below the existing ground level. This is the typical cross section showing the highway embankment. Then the subgrade, subbase, base course, surface course, and we have to consider shoulders, and the drainage layer is also to be designed. So you find the embankment, subgrade, drainage layer, shoulders, and the different pavement layers, the subbase, base course, and the varying course. So the embankment is generally constructed using locally available soil borrowed from either side, including the soil excavated for the longitudinal side drains. However, it is desirable that the soils from the quarries fulfilling the specifications of the IRC, that is Indian Road Congress, are used in the construction of the embankment. So sometimes you may use the fly ash as recommended by in IRC specification, that can be used for the construction of the embankments. So to execute all this work, the various steps involved in the construction of the highway are clearing and grubbing to remove the vegetation, roots and other organic matter. So this can be executed in step by step. So this is the view of the topographical feature. If your alignment is passing through the hilly area, then accordingly you need to design the road in either cutting or in embanking, like this. So before the construction of the road, if you are dealing with the existing alignment and new alignment, if some trees are there, that trees are need to be removed by obtaining the permission from the competent authority. Then clearing and grubbing to remove the vegetations, roots and other organic matter along the alignment up to the bottom width of the embankment and the side drains. So this is the equipment used for the clearing and grubbing of the ground. Then many times we have to go below the original ground level. So this is the excavation is done to go up to the original ground level. What is loose material at the top, this loose material is to be removed. See, you can see the good photograph of the compaction of the original ground level. After scrapping the material, recompaction of the ground that supports the embankment to the specified density. Then to prepare this one, after the embankment you need to construct the subgrade. Yeah, after the construction of the embankment, then we are dealing with the subgrade. For the selected soil is sprayed and compacted in layers to form the subgrade. So materials from the approved quarries are borrowed and dumped at the site in the loose state, and then it is compacted. So this is the view. huge quantity of the earth is required, good quality of the material is required, just to be borrowed from the quarries. Then after that you need to compact it, you have to level it, compact it, grade it to maintain the longitudinal slope as well as the cross slope of the pavement. So the grading, for the grading you need the grader, then for the compaction you need the compactor. While doing all these things, the two important parameters need to be considered were the optimum moisture content and the maximum dry density. So field density, that is FDT, field dry density, should be achieved up to the 95% of the laboratory density. Usually we are using the hard murum or the gravel for the preparation of the subgrade. This is the view of the road work when the subgrade work is in progress. So this is the grading of the subgrade using the grader. So the name of the famous equipment, what you call as a Caterpillar, is the name of the manufacturer we are using for the grading of the subgrade. So this is the compaction of the subgrade using the vibratory rollers of the sufficient capacity, so are used for the compaction of the subgrade. So these are the photographs showing the subgrade work in progress. Frequently we have to add the water to maintain the optimum moisture content to get the desired dry density in the field. So the stability, strength and the life of the pavement totally depend on the preparation of the subgrade material. When the strength of the subgrade is not adequate, then we are borrowing the material, we compact it properly. This is another view of the compaction of the subgrade with the 10-ton vibratory roller here. So number of passes are given, roller is moving to and fro with the overlapping of the previous passes. With such sufficient overlap, you have to roll it till the desired density is achieved in the field. Then once the subgrade is prepared, you know that if you look at the typical cross section of the highway pavement, then embankment, subbase, base course and wearing course. So subbase is nothing but the GSB, what you call as granular subbase. This is one of the important layer in the construction of the any highway. So you may consider as the highway is breathing through this layer only. This layer is acting as a drainage layer. So good quality of the material shall be used while construction of the subbase. Usually the granular material is used. For the low volume roads we are using the hard murum, but for the heavily traffic roads such as the state highway and the national highway, we have to use the granular material, that is the aggregates, what you call as the metal is to be used. So different stages after the preparation of the subgrade, we need to put this GSB material, granular material. Then this material is to be sprayed over the layer using the grader. So as I said, this layer is acting as the drainage layer. So after the construction of the embankment, then prepare the subgrade, then prepare the GSB, that is granular subbase. So this is the finished surface of the GSB. After the compaction with the vibratory roller, you will get this kind of the surface, which is very hard surface. Then over the GSB, you need to put the one more layer, what you call as the wet mix macadam. In wet mix macadam, we are using the aggregate, stone dust, and adequate quantity of the water is added. So we need the pug mill. So separate batch mix plant is to be established at the site to get the material for the wet mix macadam. And also this wet mix macadam is a paver finish layer. It is also compacted with the vibratory roller. Usually depending on the gradation of the material, so material size may vary from the very fine to 0 to 53 mm. So different sizes of the aggregates are to be blended in proper proportion and the water is added. Then once the GSB is finished, WMM is finished, the next layer is the DBM layer, what you call as a binder course. Usually the DBM is used, that is dense bituminous macadam is used. From the hot mix plant, after the proper design of the bituminous mix by the Marshall method, so this pre-mix material is used. So you are putting the aggregates, different aggregates in proper proportion. The binder is added. So depending on the recommendation, you may have the DBM of 5.5% or even more than that. So along with the aggregate, the bitumen is to be mixed, and this mix is to be sprayed over the WMM using the paver. So this is a paver finish surface of the DBM, and the binder of the VG30 is used in this work. So VG30 means the viscosity grade bitumen. VG stands for viscosity. So this is the laying work, finishing and compacting work. So during the compaction, you have to maintain the temperature. The temperature is about 135 to 150 degrees Celsius during the compaction. Then and then you will get the proper compaction. And compaction is up to the 98% density. Then over the DBM, another layer is the bituminous concrete. So thickness of the bituminous concrete is usually 50 mm. We use the aggregates varying between the 0 to 19 mm. So you can use the VG30 or the VG40 for the BC, or for the heavily traffic road you may recommend some modified binder as a polymer modified bitumen. And with the help of the paver, the material is to be sprayed and compacted with the help of the rollers. Once the work is over, then you will get such kind of the beautiful surface. It may be 2-lane road or the 4-lane road. All the quality control parameters needs to be checked and executed during the construction work and before the construction work as per the specifications given in the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway or the manual provided by the competent authority. The quality control is necessary. Some of the important tests during the construction of the highway are the CVR test to check the quality of the material. We need to conduct this California bearing ratio test. So the minimum CBR recommended for the GSB and the WMM for the GSB is 30%. The frequency of the testing is about one test for the 3000 cubic meter work. This is the view of the CBR apparatus. Then if you are using the concrete, then you need the CTM, compression testing machine. So field testing, it is can be conducted in the laboratory by the sand replacement method or by the nuclear moisture meter. You can find out the field density. So this is the nuclear moisture meter is used to check the field dry density. So your density is varying from 1.9 to 2.1 gram per cc with the optimum moisture content of 7 to 9%. So this is in all about the highway construction.